What up, Joe? What up, Joe? What up, Joe? Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Bennett, and we're here with another week of the NFL weekly show presented by Detroit Fan Report. Y'all know how I do when I start off every show. Introduce the panel that I have in the building with me today. Starting with representing the Pittsburgh Steelers, we got Ray.
Yo, what's up, guys? Happy Tuesday. Happy to be here again, talking some football, and let's get into it. It's NFC East Day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Representing them Houston, Texas, we got Toucan. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Toucans here, man. We're ready. We're excited for a beautiful season coming up, man. We got everything together. We got the best defense. Our offense is going to be off the chain, man, with all our new additions. Stay tuned, baby. Let's go. Let's talk. Boom. Texas. Let's go.
They got the show over here feeling like it's a Ravens show now. We got representing the Ravens. We got John.
What's going on, everybody? From Baltimore. Excited to be on the show again. As always, we got Baltimore on our hearts. We're going to be talking NFC East today. And, of course, one of my favorite positions to talk about, we're going to be talking about running backs. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Also representing the Baltimore Ravens, we got my man Flock.
Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Flocka, man. I'm back talking about NFC East, man. Cowboys, Eagles, Commanders, Giants. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, before we get into the NFL East, we got some news going around the league we're going to get into, starting with defensive tackle. Vita Vea is asking for a trade. Ray, I'm going to get to you first, man. Like, what have you heard, man? And where if he do get traded, what places do you think he fit in?
All right. So Vita Vea requesting a trade. A lot of the times they'll end up getting the deal done. If they don't get the deal done, I can see a couple teams. I can see Bills. They are struggling for a big interior, big bully on the middle. I had another one. There was one other one that stuck out to me. Can't think of it right now. But going over his stats, he's more of a space eater than anything. He earned a 72.8 overall grade, 20th among interior linemen last year. Played 17 games, 34 total tackles, 4.5 sacks, 7 TFLs. So for a big guy, 4.5 sacks, not terrible. 7 tackles for loss is pretty decent. He'll be an impact, but I don't think he is what he was a couple years ago. And I think that might be where the contract negotiations are coming to a bit of a head here between him and the Bucks. But yeah, I think he's going to get paid by somebody. It's just a matter of if the Bucks decide to do it or not. But yeah, look for the Bills. I think would be a great home for him. They struggle with their defensive tackles. Josh Oliver, he's a little smaller. He's more of a smaller D tackle. He can get pushed around from time to time. So having a nice nose would really benefit their defense.
All right. Flock, your thoughts on Vita Vea acting for
trade? I think Vita Vea worth extending that contract, man. You know what I'm saying? The Buccaneers, they got like 2-star players, man. Ain't this dude like a Pro Bowl? Ain't he a Pro Bowler?
2-time Pro Bowl.
Yeah, they better sign that man, bro. Like, quit playing with me. How many Pro Bowlers they got on defense? The corner or the safety? Who that?
Exactly.
Man, they don't got too much. They don't got a choice, bro, unless they got a breakout rookie or whatever who show out. But I'll keep him, man. If not, I think the Ravens would be at a good home for him.
I knew that was coming. From one Ravens fan to another, John, man, your thoughts, man.
Yeah, we're not just talking about another contract dispute when we're talking about Vita Vea. We're talking about a guy that's top 5 as far as interior defensive linemen in football. Those guys, you don't just allow them to walk out your doors. You figure out a way to get him back. Flock is right. He's a 2-time Pro Bowler. He's a Super Bowl champion. And he is a disruptor. Stats alone doesn't do him justice. So you're going to look and say, okay, he had 4.5 sacks. He does more than just sacks. When you look at a guy who commands double teams from the interior, you allow your edge rushers to have one-on-ones. It's hard to replace that type of production, right? That doesn't show up on the stat sheet. I don't care that he's 30, 31 years old. You find a way to get this done. As far as where he could go if they were to trade him, because if they did, that I believe they can get a first round pick. If not, definitely a second round and some valuable assets to go along with it. If they wanted to go that route, you can't allow him just to leave. So if you had to trade him, you could. I do think there's some teams that make sense. The Ravens are up there, Flocka. I ain't mad at that.
Oh, man.
No, we got Matabike. He back, man. We good.
That's great insurance, though. If Matabike is not 100%, I would love to have him. But more importantly, I would say that the Chicago Bears getting him in the North, NFC North. I know Bandit don't like it.
You're getting right or don't like it.
But the Bears have made improvements just about everywhere on defense. Getting him would just take them to another level. He's also from Cali, so the 49ers make sense as well. But I think anyone would love to get their hands on him. The last thing that the Buccaneers need to do is fumble this by not paying him. And last thing I'll say, Bandit, is I would rather pay top money and allow Vita Vea to be my defensive anchor than spend $20 million on average for a average pass rusher like Owe, right, or something like that. I'm not spending that. Give me Vita Vea, and he will make your defense better, especially on that line.
Okay. Toucan, your thoughts?
Hey, the cat's a plug in the middle of the defense, man. He's been solid, man. But it sounds like the money would be good, but then you look at his age and his years of service, was almost been like 8 or 9 years he's been in the league. So that's, it's all downhill. So, injuries and this and that. And, he's put in the time to be the boss, but if, long-term contracts with big money for older cats, it's hard to get, So I can see why he's coming out and saying, hey, pay me or I'm gone. Because, if somebody's right there on the cusp that needs that interior block to get over the hump, they'll pay him. Or maybe a 1-2 year deal, give him some good money. But a long-term deal might be a little sketchy when you're thinking about, rebuilding and moving forward and, how to take care of these older cats, So, hey, if he can get the money, he's deserved it. He's put, pen to paper, and it's all on there. His stats, speak for themselves. But, age is always something that, these owners think about, and you want to pay a lot of money for long-term contracts for guys that are already reached their pinnacle and may be on the way down. It's hard to tell, because it's even hard to tell when the guy's on the way up. When they're younger, they just make shit happen, and then sometimes they get the big bonus and signing. Sometimes, they end up like this in limbo, where the team thinks like maybe we should focus on something else. But hey, man, he's a good cat, man. Any team would be lucky to have him.
Yes, sir.
Real quick, I don't think it's a question of if he's going to get paid. Somebody's going to pay him. Like I said, somebody will pay Vita Vea. It's just a matter of if the Buccaneers decide to do so with a couple of their other contracts that they have coming up. They're going to have to pay Baker if they want to keep Baker. If they pay Baker, it's going to be really hard for them to pay Vita what he wants to get paid. So they're going to have to flip him. I know this seems a little weird to me, but it wouldn't be out of Harbaugh's nature. I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants reach out to the Bucs if contracts, halt, and the Giants' interior defense is struggling a little bit, because then they can open up Brian Burns. They can open up those pass rushers to like Jonathan was saying, Vita is very good at doing. So I wouldn't be surprised if they reach out, offer a second-round pick, you know what I mean, and then sign him to probably – because, you look at Harbaugh, he had Haloti Ngata as well, in his younger years. with the Ravens. So as somebody who he might be able to scheme with, similar to what he did with Haloti. Yeah, I think I wouldn't put the Giants out of it as well. I think they're like a nice dark horse fit for him if they can sneak in and get him for a second-round pick.
Okay.
Haloti, them some big shoes to fill, man.
Man, get that ugly what's that? Eagles jersey. It looks like I'm wearing an Eagles jersey and holding football over here.
I got you. I'll put you up here. Then.
Put
All
that
right,
Texan jersey over there.
yeah.
You can wear
All right.
that stuff. I ain't wearing nothing Philly.
I'm glad you feel good right now. I'm glad you get you in a better position.
Thank you,
Let's talk about somebody that did work out their contract and get it done. And that's Jacoby Brissett in the Arizona Cardinals reworked his contract. He's getting $15 million guaranteed with the hypes of it being 21 if everything play out in his contract the way it is. And I'm going to start with you first, Toucan, since you had me move you. Do you think he deserved the money? And do you think the Cardinals gave him a fair deal?
Man, the Cardinals are just a weird organization, bro. They do some crazy shit, man. I don't understand what they got going on. But, hey, that's a lot of money, man. If he can, what does he prove? That's my question. You know, is it worth that much money? I don't know, but if you ain't got no other options, you gotta get what you can find. So, man, I hope the best for him and the Cardinals, but you gotta do what you got, and there ain't a lot out there available. So we'll see how it goes. I don't think they're going to be in the mention of winning the division, but you got to keep the fans interested and get something going, get somebody that you think can compete. So hopefully he's
I
the
don't think
cat.
Jacoby Brissett would be somebody to get the fans interested. I'm just saying. Flock, man. I know you're over there looking up numbers on him, man.
Yeah, I gotta look it up because I think Jacoby Brissett, I like him, man, and I don't mind him getting off with the money. Take off with as much as you can until you retire. Get as much money as possible. But they do it with Matt. I mean, who was that with the Falcons last year, a couple years ago? They gave that man too much money.
Kirk Cousins.
But anyway, I think Jacoby Brissett is a backup quarterback every year, but he ended up starting every year. Like for the Browns, for the Patriots, he's always played like every season as a backup. You know what I'm saying?
Like a Fitzpatrick.
Man, I'm talking about every season he got a job, bro.
Last year he had 3,366 yards, 64.9 completed average, 23 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions.
That's good numbers.
I wouldn't knock that, bro.
Those are pro football numbers.
At the end of the day, I don't
That
think
was his best. That was the best season he had in his career.
I don't think he worth 15 mil guaranteed, but get off, go ahead, man. Black boy fly, shit.
All right.
Excuse me.
All right, Ray, your thoughts?
All right. So good for him. I think he deserves it for sure. 15 million is nothing whenever you're talking about quarterback, whenever you're talking about anything, really. I mean, you have wide receivers making 40 plus million now. Yeah, they are game changers, so that's a little bit of a different story. But at the end of the day, 15 million for a quarterback is not bad. And do I think he deserves it? Yeah, I definitely think he deserves it. He did a lot with the team. Really didn't have a lot. Offensive line was not good. Play calling was not good. He had to
Hey.
He had to focus.
The Lions just hired their play caller. We just hired Arizona's play caller. Don't do that.
I know you did. That's why Laporta's going to have a huge year. But he focused in on one guy, 23 touchdowns. What was it? 23 touchdowns and 8 picks it was. I mean, just to put it in a little bit of perspective, I did a quick little look because I wasn't sure how Stroud did. Stroud had 3,000 yards, 19 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, and he played 2 more games than Brissett. And I guess what my thought was, would I be okay with paying C.J. Stroud $15 million? Absolutely. So I would be more than happy with paying Jacoby $15 million guaranteed.
Okay. John.
Hey, Ray, that's a good point. I like that. For me, I look at a couple things when evaluating a quarterback, especially one that may not be your franchise quarterback. Low turnovers, smart decision maker. Is he respected in the locker room? Yeah, he is. And can he help other young quarterbacks develop? That's obvious. When you look at where he's come from, the quarterback room he's been around, and he keeps getting these type of jobs. You pay $15 million for a quarterback when a coach can say this: if our starter goes down, we still can compete. Jacoby Brissett does that. He does that. When you look at the room as well, you recognize, really, when you look at the roster, the Cardinals, you recognize a couple of things. Number one, they're not trying to compete to the point where they're trying to get to a Super Bowl or even a playoff contention, right? They're probably as much as possible. They're trying to get the next quarterback of the future. As we know, the quarterback class that's coming in should be on paper be pretty good. You would want to be in the top 3 to 5.
Archie Manning,
one of those top guys.
He hadn't done nothing though.
Who's that?
Archie Manning.
Archie Manning.
That's what
He
they
hadn't
shoot for.
He hadn't done nothing to prove himself to me.
Just that Manning name.
Yeah.
Back to your point, John.
He's right on that name.
The good thing, too, Canes, is it's not just Manning there, right? I mean, Dante Moore, who went back to school to avoid going, to who did they avoid trying to go to? That had number 2 in the draft.
That's bad.
But I just feel sorry. I just feel sorry for any team that's gonna put all their eggs in the basket over a name. Like, oh, Manning. Okay, that guy's he's gonna pan out because of the name. It doesn't always happen.
It does, but I'm just saying you got to at least be in a position to even be in a conversation of drafting them, and that's what the Cardinals are trying to do. And you have a good quarterback in Jacoby Brissett that can help you do that, still be competitive, and then you have a rookie 3rd-round pick. Don't forget they did draft Carson Beck out of Miami, who is a winner in his own right, and college.
And they got Harrison. They got targets. Yeah, no doubt.
They do have targets. Jeremiah Love is there as well, right? So, they got these young players. You got to allow them to play. You got to get the ball to them, to your point, and you need a Jacoby Brissett to get the ball to these young playmakers. So I like the move. I think it's going to help them long term.
All right.
Good. That was good, bro. You're on point.
Yeah, y'all doing your thing today, man. I respect everybody's opinion on here. You feel me? All right, next topic we're gonna get into. Let's talk about players whose career was on the up. I'm talking about played with Patrick Mahomes. He called him the cheetah. He had a horrendous accident, man. Messed his leg up. Still has no power in his leg after 10 months, man. So my next question for y'all, man, is
it was almost ugly as that Barry Sanders.
Tyreek Hill's career over, man. And I'm gonna start with you first, John. Is it over for Tyreek? Should you just call it up, man? Because that, if we look back on that it was nasty, man. Like,
it was nasty, but I'm gonna simply say no. No, it's not over.
Why you keep showing it, bro?
It's a nasty
That's
injury.
my job to do over here. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, that's a nasty injury. But I'm gonna say no. We are much closer to the end than we are at the beginning. But Cheetah is still Cheetah until further notice. You have to respect what he has done. When we talk about over 11,000 career yards, when we talk about over 83 receiving touchdowns, when we talk about 8 Pro Bowls, when we talk about 5 All-Pro selections, we got to put some respect on this man on the NFL football field before we say because of an injury, he can't do it.
That respect is given, but after an injury, got to prove yourself all over again.
Who can't get over something like this type of injury. If anybody can do it, I'm going to give it to Tyreek Hill.
How old is Tyreek?
I'm just saying consistently with his height, all those things that you should say on paper, he shouldn't and can't produce the way he does. He's been doing it. And so
how long has he been in the league?
I mean, he has 8 Pro Bowls, so it has to be more than 8 years.
He's 32.
I'm thinking
he's 32.
What? He's got 10 years, and man, yeah, it's hard to come back once you break a wheel.
You may, but think about this, Ducans. Let's be fair. what number 3 wide receiver would we take over even if he's trying to rehab a Tyreek Hill?
Tank Dell, baby, watch out.
One,
He's coming back.
That's my point.
But that's my homer. That's my homer point of view. You're making great points, bro.
Number 3. But my point is,
you know,
we can count him probably on one hand. How many number 3 receivers? He's no longer number 1, especially with this injury.
Yeah, but what are you gonna put him? Where are you gonna put him? You gonna put him in the slot to get bucking killed over the middle? Where does he fall?
Like Tyreek Hill.
Does he end up on number 2, or does he end up in the slot?
He's a matchup problem. You put him anywhere. Can you see
on a 2 or 3? On a 2 or 3, yeah. You know, on a 2 or 3.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Flocky can back me up. I'm just saying if Tyreek came back a little healthy and he's trying to be Tyreek again, I'll put him on the Ravens. I'll put him with Zay, and I know they both vertically challenged, but figure it out. Somebody like Tyreek Hill, I'm just saying I would not just close the door on him and say that he's done. That's Tyreek Hill. Put some respect on that man's name.
I can back you up on that. I can back you up on that too. I'll take him for the Ravens any day too as well. But I would at least get Tyreek at least one more season. You know, I wouldn't just cut him out. You know, man, a Hall of Famer, shit, a living playing Hall of Famer, shit.
Yeah.
So I would somebody had to cut Joe Montana. Somebody had to cut, Emmitt Smith.
But they still gave Joe Montana that last year at least.
Right.
They still gave him that last season.
Then they go to the Chiefs.
Yeah, but
the Chiefs.
He was with the Chiefs his last years, but hey, you want to risk a Super Bowl?
He played for Miami still?
No, he a free agent.
Unsigned.
Man, you know the Ravens always do some funny ass shit like get Dez Bryant or Deshaun Jackson or some old ass player, man. I wouldn't be surprised to see him with a beat up player too, Deion Sanders type shit, man. I wouldn't be surprised to see him with the Ravens, man. They don't. They're good for getting receivers to die there, you know.
How do you feel about your Ravens offensive line? Because
Ravens,
yeah, I mean, you got
the Ravens always focus on the offensive line. I think that's their number one focus sometime, man.
I thought they were always focused on defense, and that's why
that too. But as far as offense, man, if your quarterback on lockdown, which he is, they're going straight to the offensive line, and I don't blame them. We're a run heavy team, you know what I'm saying? And they got rid of Linderbaum. They got to fill that in. We got a new center. I don't know how he is, man. I have no clue who he is or nothing.
All right. I'm gonna stop y'all right there, okay? Because we have did the Ravens preview already. So
my bad.
Yeah, we go back to Tyreek. All right. But
Tyreek's out. He's done.
Yeah. Right. Again, your thoughts? Is Tyreek done?
Oh yeah, man. He like I said, if you're known for being a speedy motherfucker and you bust your wheels, you ain't gonna be the same. Never gonna be as fast. You're never gonna be that cat. And the older you are, the slower you get. And then you come back from injuries, you ain't that big mega million signing anymore. You're just a role player. Or you're gonna have to get into that, or you're gonna have to fight and prove it and just be an anomaly. It doesn't happen all the time. So, hey, power, hope the best for him. Hope we save his money and stuff like that. But you got to get out there and prove it and do it. So,
but that's the question. Band is asking a very fair question. The question is his career over? In other words, have we seen the last of Tyreek Hill in the NFL jersey last season? That's the question.
All right, you know what? I got a really good question for Toucan. Are you gonna accept Tank Dell when he come back?
Yeah. If he
same thing,
if he puts out, hey, everybody tries out. But no. What I'm saying is this training camp. They're trying out. He's out there. He's putting in the reps.
Only difference between Tank Dell and Tyreek Hill is Tank Dell still have a contract to be on the team with somebody, and Tyreek Hill don't.
Oh yeah, okay, I'll give you that. But you still got to compete. If the cat can compete and he's got his wheels under him and he can impress the coaches and make moves and all that stuff, of course, you deserve it. But right now, we're going on speculation and wondering how his
Okay, what I'm
recovery
saying
came.
is you're gonna give
And
him a chance. You're gonna give him
you
a
go.
chance.
Oh,
What I'm saying.
everybody gets a chance. Everybody gets a chance to compete. That's the thing. But I ain't saying he's going to
Yeah,
clear all
that's
his
all we saying. That's
protocols.
all we saying about
You know,
Tyreek.
and I ain't saying Tank is going to clear all his protocols. But I'll follow Tank a little bit closer. And I see how he's been coming up and making his cuts and running and all the little videos he posts. And to me, I never thought that cat would ever step on the field the way his leg was torn up. That was crazy. But to see him out there and competing, that's amazing, bro. That was one of the ugliest injuries I've ever seen when Tank took that
Yeah.
man. His knee went all different places, his ankle went in all different places. I'm like, there ain't no way this cat's gonna come back. He's got little
It
skinny
was a
chicken
freak
legs. He's a little
accident, like
guy like
Tyreek
me,
Hill,
bro. He's a
man.
very like 5'6", 5'7". He's a little dude. I mean, he can run around and hide around all them big trees. But man, once them trees fall on you, man, your little limbs are gonna break. And that's what happened to him. He got broken because they stuck him in on them goal line situations and making him go tackle big gorillas. No, man, they fell on him, broke his leg that one other time. This other time, man, his own dude fell on him and broke his shit up. So you never know, man. I'm just surprised at the way he's come back, the way he's trained, he's posted, he's been mellow, he's been calm, and he's really a stand-up individual, cool dude, reverent, polite. So it's a good story to see him come back, man. If he can come back player of the year, it'd be amazing, and he'd deserve it because that just like the way Nick Chubb, man. Nick Chubb tore his knee up. He came
Yeah,
back.
same accident.
Man, that was an ugly injury, man. When you go back and look at the replays, they're ugly. But Nick
Ray,
Chubb came back. They didn't keep him. We signed him. He did decent, but he wasn't the same Nick Chubb. So,
Yeah, he
you
wasn't
got
the same, bro.
yeah. So
you weren't the
let's
same,
get the
but
Ray. Let's get the Ray start. You can, man. Yeah,
let's
you
go.
hit us with a lot of injuries, players that had injuries. You feel me? The same type of injury and came back. So it's not just count Tyreek out. But Ray, your thoughts, man, on Tyreek?
No, I don't think his career's over at all. He'll get signed somewhere. Like I forget who it was. It's been a couple minutes. But he's the easiest best number 3 right there with Jennings. I mean, we just had Phillip Rivers come back after 5 years, so almost 5 years of being retired. So it's like, if it's going to take a couple of years, he might not be back this year. That doesn't mean his career's over. We've had 33-year-old wide receivers make noise in the NFL. We've had 35-year-old receivers make noise. We've had 38-year-old receivers make noise. You know what I mean? It's going to be tough. That's gruesome. That injury was not fun. I had him, Burrow, Tyreek Hill, Burrow, Neighbors, and there was one. And Brock Bowers on one team in one of my leagues, and it was it was like an 8-team league, and 4 IRs. So I was devastated when I saw that. That was rough. But yeah, no, his career's not over. But I felt this one. This one hurt my wallet whenever it happened.
All right. Let's get to a topic that I think we're gonna have a lot of little people, bickering with each other in, and that's top running backs in the league right now in the NFL. You feel me? We got a lot of names. We'll go through some of the names that CBS put out and can't take anybody's credit for their work. This is from CBS. They top 10 running backs in the league. We got Bijan Robinson at 1, Christian McCaffrey at 2, Jahmyr Gibbs at 3, which I feel is kind of low, but we're gonna talk about that. Jonathan Taylor at 4, James Cook at 5. Hey, shout out to A-Train and shout out to my boy Antonio, man. His boy A-Train made it at 6. Y'all boy Derrick Henry is at 7. Saquon Barkley, never forget the running when he jumped over somebody backwards. He is at 8. Kenneth Walker coming off the Super Bowl is at 9. And Josh Jacobs is at 10. So, starting with Ray, what's your top running back right now in the NFL?
That list is not terrible. I'm not 100% with it, but my top 4 are spot on. So I have Bijan, I have then McCaffrey. I just think the way that I kind of had to think about this, I had to narrow it down rather than just being broad as 10 best running backs. Basically, if I were had a redraft fantasy team right now, looking at usage, out of the backfield, running the ball, catching the ball, scrimmage yards, blah, 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 all of it together. That's how I kind of comprised my list. I went with Bijan McCaffrey. Um,
Austin Eckler in that case.
Gibbs, maybe 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, baby. I have Taylor at 4. Where I start getting a little bit different is Genty at 5.
Genty? Austin Genty?
Yes, he had 61. He had 61 forced missed tackles last year, 3.1 yards after contact, 24 explosive plays. Whenever you look at everybody else, I have those same metrics for a couple other people. Gibbs had 62 forced missed tackles. I just think, and Gibbs had 3.0 yards after contact. Because I knew that I was going to get some questions about Genty. I just really think he didn't have a lot to work with last year, and the Raiders have upgraded their line, not significantly, but enough to make a difference, I think. So I really look that Ashton Genty is going to be a huge, huge change this year. He's my 5. Then I have Omarion Hampton at 6. For Mike McDaniels, he loves to use his running backs. I think Hampton is going to be used often this year. Then I have A-Chain at 7, going to be playing from behind a lot. I look at a lot of receptions for A-Chain, maybe not as much as the 70s like he's been known for. I'm thinking his over-under, I believe, is at 49. I think he easily hits that over. Even with Malik Willis being a mobile quarterback wanting to run, I think he's easily going to hit that over. 8, I have Barkley. He struggled last year. Forced missed tackles for Barkley was 52, so less than Genty. Broken tackle percentage was 19.3. Yards after contact was 2.7. Then I have James Cook at 9 and Kenneth Walker at 10. Kenneth Walker had a PFF rushing grade of 90.2, second among running backs, 55 running backs that qualified. He had just over 1,000 yards, 5 rushing touchdowns while splitting the backfield, 4.6 yards per carry, which is right in the middle, 16th in the NFL. And I believe those are all the metrics I have right here. But yeah, I have Kenneth Walker at 10, Cook at 9, and so forth.
So we're Ray is trying to tell you take Gentry in your fantasy draft. You're gonna come through this year.
Oh yeah, so I guess the people who I would have left out. Can you put up the list? I know Henry is a big name that I left off.
Yeah.
Yep, we're gonna talk about it.
They know.
And then I left off Josh Jacobs, and I think that's it.
Dave Montgomery.
You said
Henry's
Jonathan
right
Taylor.
there. Like, don't get me wrong.
I have number 1. He's a new number 1.
Who?
Dave Montgomery.
Oh, I love Montgomery too, but not
Number
top
1.
10.
He's number
right
1, and Woody Marks gonna be number 2.
But yeah, Henry would probably be. I mean, he's right there for me. He's better than Jacobs. I agree with that from this list.
It's gonna be interesting because the Texans brought in. We got a new offensive line. I'm like we maybe got like one carryover, but we brought in some studs. We drafted good. It's gonna be interesting to see. If these guys put out in person like they look like on paper, we're going to have a good running game. And, Texas, we're not used to having a good running game. We thought we were going to have a good running game because, we had a good running back last year, but he shot himself in the foot and missed the whole season. And now he retired. He ain't coming back.
So, Toucan, who's your top 5 running backs right now in the NFL?
Oh, man.
At 1, we obviously feel like you got David Montgomery.
Of course. He's going to be number 1. I'll put Woody Myers number 2. And then I'll put Barkley number 3. Who's your favorite?
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Sonic.
Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr
Okay.
Gibbs.
I'll put him in there because he's been a highlight film.
All right, all right.
Am I missing anybody? Am I missing anybody? No, that's good.
Jonathan, man, your top.
Toucans as well. I'm gonna say,
I mean, McCaffrey getting old, man. I'll throw him in there too, but he's getting up there. I don't know if we can pull it out.
I'm gonna speak on McCaffrey, but go ahead,
Yeah.
John. You got the spotlight.
No, all good. Yeah, if I'm building an offense today, you need somebody, a running back, who can run inside, create explosive plays. He catches passes. He's the focal point of your offense. If I want that guy for the next 5 years, without question, give me Bijan Robinson. Just give me Bijan. His numbers speak for themselves. I don't have to bore you with the stats. I think Ray did a really good job with the stats in general, so I won't go crazy deep. But again, 1,500 rushing yards. And what stands out to me, this really cannot be understated. He had an 820 receiving yards. That's crazy to do from the running back position and still be an effective runner, right? That's just crazy. He's a Lamar Jackson
24
of running backs. When you talk about just dual, purpose running backs, he's just a home run threat. He's a mismatch against linebackers. He's a receiving weapon, and he's a downhill traditional runner. They don't make running backs like this, especially at his age. I will
24.
give an argument against, I know number 2 on that list, Bandit, was Christian McCaffrey, and I know you said you're going to speak on it, so I'll give you some room too as well. But let me say quickly that in 10 years of being in the league, Christian McCaffrey, regardless of injuries, and injuries is a part of the game, in 10 years, he's ran over 1,000 yards only 4 times. Only 4. So when we're talking about running backs, somebody you put behind that quarterback, give him the ball, and he runs between the tackles, for me, Christian McCaffrey's not on the list.
Thank you.
He's just not.
Preach.
I agree.
And
Plastic collection played around. People preach. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother John. Go ahead, brother John.
So,
that's why.
I love him in fantasy, Ray. I'm with you. There's a place for him. But it is not amongst the great running backs. That place is for Bijan. It is for Gibbs.
Thank you.
You can hate me all you want. It's for Henry. These are running backs to me. And especially, and I know he's off your list, Ray, and I respect that. Or he's down your list. Let me say he's down your list. But what Derrick Henry is doing at the running back position at 31 years old is equivalent to what LeBron James is doing at 40 years old on the NBA court. He's doing the same thing. And what
LeBron
is that?
James.
Let me tell you what he's doing. He's doing things that other people aren't. You can't name many more running backs that have been this productive from a statistical perspective than Derrick Henry. And let me make it very clear. Derrick Henry is getting better, not just the older he gets, but later in the season. In December, watch out. And Ray knows this being a Steelers fan. Derrick Henry gets stronger as the season progresses. And what he's still doing to have 1,500 yards at 31 years old is absolutely crazy. We got to put some respect on Derrick Henry. For me, he's that number 2, number 3 guy. But my biggest argument is you got to get Christian McCaffrey off that list. It's almost an insult to guys like Saquon,
Downhill guy,
Henry,
Jonathan Taylor. Who you say, Flocka?
Downhill guys, man.
Yeah. Those guys. No. Yeah, Josh Jacobs. I'll take any of them. James Cook. Give me a guy who can run and catch, can be diverse. But Christian McCaffrey, I'm good on that. I'm good.
Ray, your chance to respond to that.
No, I see where you're coming from. Last year, at Christian McCaffrey's age, he got over 1,000 yards rushing last year, I believe.
Right.
He had to touch the ball as many times as he did in his career to do so. They were missing Trent Williams for a couple games. They had a lot of issues, quarterback issues, all kinds of stuff going on. Mac Jones did step in and do well for them. I I see where you're coming from, and I agree with you. Henry should be on this list. If anything, I would probably take A-Chain off the list before I would take McCaffrey off the list. If I were to sit here and, think about it the way you are thinking about it and put my thought process aside, I would probably slide Henry right in there above Barkley.
Mhm.
But I think both of them, Henry and Barkley, are in for, regression. Obviously, you can't have 1,600 yards and be over 30 and say, oh, he's going to get 1,800 for sure. You know what I mean? There's obviously going to be a little bit of regression there, but we don't know exactly. Like, I personally, usage-wise, thinking about what the Ravens just lost at center cannot be understated. That's not good. Let's be honest here. That's not good. That's the best center in football that just walked out the door. I don't care how much
we drafted him. And we drafted him, bro.
Yeah, and you
So
also
that
watched him
shows
walk
that
out the
we
door.
got a good and
Well, that's what I'm
we
saying,
developed him and everything, bro. You got to give some shade to the Ravens. We drafted and developed him, bro.
Hey, let me ask this question.
That's besides the point, though. What my point is, he's not there anymore. My point is,
No, what I'm saying is you can do
care.
it again. If you did it one time, you can do it again.
Go ahead. You guys go ahead. Because every time I talk, I get talked over.
My bad, bro.
Yeah.
Ray, go ahead, Ray.
Wah.
Ray, go ahead.
No, I'm cool. It's fine. It's cool. Derrick Henry should be on the list. I'd probably switch it with A-Chain to answer the question. There you go.
Go ahead,
that's fair, Ray. And I think, we cannot understate the loss of Tyler Linderbaum, Ray. I think that's a good point. I will say, and if somebody answers this without looking it up, I'll give you 5 John Bucks. You get 5 John Bucks.
What the hell is John Bucks? Is that like
ain't worth nothing?
Like food stamps?
You get 2 burritos and a corn dog.
Go ahead.
That's right.
Here's the question. Who was the center for the Tennessee Titans when Derrick Henry was putting his Hall of Fame career together? Who was the center? Without looking it up. Let me help y'all out.
Is it Myers?
Oh, wait, no, hold on. His daddy played for the Oilers?
Do you know
his daddy played for the Oilers back in the day? Was it Matthews?
No.
That's a tougher question. That's a tougher question.
But
was it Matthews or not?
I think Ray got the answer. What was you saying, Ray?
I said Myers was the name that popped up in my head. A center. I don't know his first name, but a center with the last name Myers is what popped in my head. I don't know.
What year was that?
Do you know?
They probably had multiple.
It's all good.
I think it was 2018, 2019.
When did Henry come in the league? So get check from there.
So
it's more of a broad question. It's a question.
Speed too. Oh,
it is, and that was a point to that though, Ray. Great observation. So here it is: Ben Jones from Alabama, and then Aaron Brewer, right? My point is, who are those guys? So I'm just saying to Ray's point about losing Tyler Linderbaum, which I agree with, it is a huge loss for the offensive line. But center play has not been the reason, historically speaking, for Derrick Henry, why he is or is not successful. I'm almost sure that, Ray, if you play center, I play left guard, Derrick Henry, he'll find a way. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's that special of a player that the offensive linemen are not going to be the reason alone why he's been as successful as he has been.
Okay. All right. Flock.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Yeah.
All right. Now, what's the difference than being designated on the PUP list or, just being, like unable to play? Like, what is a PUP list designation? What does that really mean?
physically unable to
It's
perform.
like a non-football injury list, you
It's
know,
physically
and like
unable to perform.
okay, exactly. So that could be like something personal, like you sprain your
Yeah.
ankle, getting out of bed or something like that.
Let me get
And
to Flock about this top 10, these top 10 quarterbacks because it's just his time to
yeah,
shine. Go ahead, Flock,
go.
man. Your top running backs.
I'm gonna use Ray's his same formula. You know what I'm saying? How good are you running and catching out the backfield? And I'm cool with the same list he had, except for Derrick Henry had to get up there because Derrick catch a lot out the backfield too. I don't know if everybody know that, but I would put Breece Hall in there. Like did y'all forget about Breece Hall?
That's fair.
And Judkins also. I mean, I know he young, he a rookie. He got hurt last year, but Chris McCaffrey get hurt every year. But Judkins was nice when he was playing. Like catching out the backfield, doing from Gabriel, from a week. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think about who the quarterback is too. And Judkins was doing that before he got hurt. But I would most definitely put Breece Hall on the list.
John, your thoughts about Breece Hall being on the list? And if okay, Flock, what that's saying, you adding Breece Hall on the list besides Christian McCaffrey, who are you adding in?
Who am I taking off if I put Breece Hall on there?
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, who you taking off?
Josh Jacobs. The fuck? I didn't really see his name on the list, but I'm taking him out of here, man. I put a lot of money on him last year, and he let me down, bro. Or HN, you know what I'm saying? Devon HN. Either one of them two can go, but John Taylor, James Cook, Derrick Henry, Saquon, Kenneth Walker, all them some studs, man, but Devon HN, he questionable. Josh Jacobs, he was good in where they at? Las Vegas. I loved him out there, man. But out here, he had one good season in Green Bay to me.
Yeah, my issue quickly, Flocka, with Breece Hall is he may be a product of the scheme and the personnel with the New York Jets. Because statistically,
that's not a good scheme. They lose.
Well, so I'm just saying, unfortunately, he is on par with the mediocrity that the New York Jets are. And I'm being nice even calling them mediocre, right? And he is the best thing on a bad team doesn't scream top 10 to me. Because, number one, he does not impact winning. That's number one. And number two, his stats right now aren't even in the same tier as some of these other guys. His fourth year in the league. He just had his first 1,000
I didn't look up
yards.
stats. I'm just going off of the eye test,
And I get you. And sometimes we do that, and then it's like, yeah. And then I look at the stats. I'm like, Dad, this was his first year getting 1,000 yards.
How many years he been in the league?
4 years. 4 years. And did not have a 1,000 yard. All
right, I need to know what he ran for the other 3 years.
Here we go. 463 as a rookie, 994 second year.
That's about 1,000.
Yeah, but it's not. 994.
994. Come on, man.
876.
But was he the lead running back?
He on the higher end though. He on the high end of those, bro.
That 900. Was he the lead back or was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. He's been a lead back. Hey, Flock.
Okay. If those are lead back numbers,
99 and a half won't do. That won't.
Yeah,
do.
I feel it when it comes to shit like that, but. Looking at the numbers, I see him on the high end of that. When it comes to 0 to 1,000, you're on the high end of it. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. So you're in the high end of the
second and third year, also. You know what I'm saying? Now that first year,
what kind of line you got blocking? Not everybody can be Barry Sanders.
Well, we don't even have to go that far. I think to your point, two cans about when we look at guys who have done it in their first 4 years. Look at the numbers for Gibbs. Look at the numbers. For my guy, you know what I mean?
Well, Gibbs came in the league behind the top 5 offensive line, though.
That's the thing, what kind of line, what kind of line these cats working with? Because you got people like Barry Sanders out there that don't need a line that makes shit happen, and those are rare
like
talents. Yeah, exactly. Those are rare talents. Emmitt Smith had a line. And he was a north or south runner, so that's why he got all them yards, because he didn't fuck around trying to, do some razzle dazzle shit. He just went straight up and down. So he got his bread and butter like that because of a good offensive line, and You know, you can't be a good running back unless you're Barry Sanders or have a good offensive line.
And I know you're speaking old school, and Bandit, I know we got to move. I just want to add quickly, maybe this could be our next conversation. I think Ray did a good job talking about some of these guys. I love the guys we talked about. I think we almost do a disservice not talking about these next up and coming guys. I would love for, in another show, we really break down, the Raiders guy, Ray's guy. I would love to talk on Omarion Hampton. We talked about Judkins. There's also another Cleveland Browns running back as well from Tennessee.
Yeah,
that's good. That's good topics. But
young guys
let them get out there and let us watch them. That way we can say something.
For sure.
Next week we'll definitely have up and coming running backs in. We'll talk about up and coming running. We do that. Yep.
Yeah, we'll get some training camp footage, right? Camp just started for everybody, right? Pretty much. Yep. So yeah, I mean, not everybody's gonna be a pass this week, but we're gonna have something to talk about.
All right, let's get to the last topic, and that is NFC East. All right, what we're gonna do here, so we don't have everything all commotion and everything. I'm gonna pick a team up. I'm gonna have a person come in and tell me what they got to do to elevate themselves from the previous year. Because we're all not fans of these teams, but it's just an NFL show, and we're gonna cover every division in football. So starting with you first, Flock.
Yeah.
First team I got on the list, bro. What do the Dallas Cowboys got to do to improve to make the playoffs next year?
You really want me to answer that for real?
Yeah. Because listen, with all the hate with Zach Prescott, his numbers, bro. He always in the
top. No, it ain't Dak. I got a lot of hate for the team, for the organization.
I understand that.
It ain't that. It's the fans.
I'm asking you to put on the Cowboy cap today.
But I'm about to be for real, man. In order for the Dallas to win, I ain't gonna say Dak is not the answer, but I don't think he for real is, man. Like Dak is like the Cowboys is like the Miami Dolphins NFC version of the Miami Dolphins. Like they win easy games, but when it comes to like teams that are 500 and above, they're losing. They're losing off rip. You know what I'm saying? They got to get that under control. It's certain who they coach.
Exactly right. Who that coach? Who the Cowboys
last year? It's his second year.
All right, yeah. Well, I can't really think about too much he got to do, but I mean they got about Parsons.
Brian Schottenheimer.
That's how bad the Cowboys have been when you don't even know who their coach is. Because I didn't. That's how terrible they've been.
Shit, but
he comes from a coaching of coaches in the NFL. So
I believe a good team establishes that run pretty good too. So I don't know how good their line or their running back, whoever that may be, is. Who's the running back?
Williams.
Javante or something?
Yeah.
Okay, he all right. I like him. Who's he alternating with? You know their pass game is gonna be like
Pollard. What happened to Pollard?
Above average. Their passing game is gonna be above average. So I'm not gonna bring that up. I'm gonna talk about who their Pollard.
And Pollard, the running back for the Cowboys.
No, Pollard Ben got traded to the Tennessee, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I don't know who Williams alternating with, but whoever it is. You establish that run game, you control that line of scrimmage, you control the game, and you can milk the clock just running the ball up. We do it all the time. We'll run the ball the entire game, and then do some stupid shit and start passing the ball. But anyway, you run that ball and you're successful at it. Why pass the ball? So I think they got to get their running under control, and if not that. They got to get Dak up out of there, man. I say get him up out of there.
Okay. John, what do the New York Giants got to do to take that next step and make the playoffs?
New York Giants, so I think they got the best coach available on the market that you could get, and a Hall of Fame. He's kind of runs it like a corporation. When you talk about John Harbaugh, you have a top-notch personality in the building now with the Giants, who knows how to win, has won the big game. I think the Giants starts with him. When you look at the New York Giants, they, to me, in this division are probably the biggest wild card because with the new coaching, you really, there's hope there that they can improve. And so the biggest things they need to do, they have to have efficient passing. I do like Jackson Dart, young guy, great energy, but he has to be consistent there. They have to have much fewer turnovers, and they have to have really good on third down offense compared to what they did. You have to build, if you're the Giants, you got to build around that defense. You got to pressure the quarterback. You got to force those turnovers. And if they can become a defense that creates short fields, then I think they'll have a chance to make some noise unexpectedly. Their quarterback, to me, has to make a huge jump. If I'm looking at the quarterbacks, and I know, Flocka, you're not real big on Dak, right? But if we're being fair and looking at the quarterbacks in this division, who do we have? We have Dak. We have Jaden Daniels. We have Hurts. And then, of course, we have Jackson. Out of those four, right now, Jackson Dart has to be, if we're being fair, and y'all let me know, he got to be number 4, right? I would take any one of those 3 quarterbacks, whether it's Hurts, whether it's Jaden Daniels, and whether it's Dak Prescott. I would take over Jackson Dart. We all on the
Even
same
Jaden Daniels coming off an injury.
Mhm.
Yes.
You said
They all JV. They're all JV.
Even Jaden Daniels coming off an injury.
Jaden Daniels is, and I would still take.
And Jackson coming off an injury.
That's different. His injury compared to his injury is totally different. Let's be real.
But Bandit, I'm still taking short and long term. I'm taking Jaden Daniels, over Jackson Dart, right? And so he would have to take a massive leap. I'm not saying it's impossible, but he's going to have to do that. A good running game will help with that, and they're trying their best to shore that up.
Who do you think? Who do you think of those two has the best rapport with the team? Like, who do you think? Yeah, like who do the guys?
Well, Jackson Dart came out and talked all that Trump stuff and kind of messed up his rapport with the team, man. Abdul Carter came out and spoke about
that's
that.
important, man. You want the guys on with the guy that they feel comfortable with, because man, if you don't like a cat, man, you're gonna get sacked all the time. Yeah, exactly. That's what you want, man. Someone's gonna meld with a locker room.
For sure. But you know what? To that point, too, Cams, winning cures all of that. And the New York Giants haven't done that. So based off of that, it don't matter who he voted for, Flocka. He can vote for Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? If he's not producing on the field, it don't even matter. And right now, I have not seen it. But to answer Bandit's very fair question, how can they get to that level? He's going to have to take a next step that we haven't seen. And that defense has to become top 10. And they just lost one of their best players, went to the Cincinnati Bengals on that line, Big Sexy Dexy, right? Yep. So they're going to have their work cut out for them. But we'll see. We'll see what the Giants can do.
Okay. Ray, what do Washington and the Commanders got to do, man?
You got a good one, Ray.
Back in the playoffs, man.
Oh, man. So I like you know what? I'm going to be honest. I really like Mike Samersville, their cornerback. I think he's a great piece. I like Dan Quinn. I'm not sure how I feel about him as a head coach. For them to get better, they need to address the wide receiver position in training camp this year by signing a veteran, most likely Diggs. I don't think there's all the Brandon Ayuk stuff going on with him. I don't think he'll be there. I hope he's not there. If the Commanders are smart, I think you guys were just talking about rapport with the team. I think if Brandon Ayuk comes to the Commanders, then Jaden Daniels' rapport with the team immediately goes down because of Brandon Ayuk's association with him and the fact that they know each other. This one's tough. I don't realistically, they have a tough. They're going to start 0-3. Eagles, Cowboys, Seahawks.
Wow.
At Eagles, at Cowboys, home against the Hawks. Then they go Colts, Giants, Niners. They're probably losing two out of those three. Right? They could
Yeah,
probably
they put it. They said.
go
You
ahead.
said where they play the C-Wax at?
Seahawks are at home. It's so I mean they have to come across the country. The Seahawks do, but still, I think still. And then the Colts, Giants are at home. I think they split that. Then they go across country to the Niners, and they have a bye. Then off their bye, it's Eagles, Rams. So I mean, we're at 2 wins here, and we're at week 9, week 10. And then they go Giants at the Giants, Bengals, Cardinals, Titans. So there you go. You could catch a few there with the Cardinals, Titans. I don't think they beat the Bengals. I think the Bengals overwhelmed them on offense. I don't think the Commanders have enough. Then they go Texans, Falcons, Vikings, Jags, Cowboys. I think they can steal one of the two against the Falcons and the Vikings. So what are we at? 3 to 5 wins, 3 to 6
They
wins.
gotta win. They gotta win one against the Cowboys just because of the rival.
I see. I don't think so. I think.
Yeah, I think they're gonna at least get one against the Cowboys.
I mean, it's always
hey,
so. Those divisional games are always,
it's
very-
always a
least
trap
at
game
home.
for the
At least at
Cowboys.
home.
But then, I mean,
Be
you
a
could
trap.
say the same thing where they might not split one against the Colts and the Giants. They might get swept. They're going to get swept by one of them, by one of their division teams, because the Commanders, I don't think they can keep up. I have them at like 5-12, 6-11. I don't think they're going to do much better. I actually have Dan Quinn on the hot seat. I think this is a big opportunity for Dan Quinn to go and for Mike Tomlin to come in, go back home to the DMV area, and Tomlin go take over the Commanders and redo that. I think that's just my opinion. I think it makes sense. It's where Tomlin's from. It's where he went to school at William and Mary down in that area. I think Commanders would be willing to trade for Tomlin. They're going to have to trade for Mike Tomlin at any time whenever he goes somewhere else. So because he's still under contract with Pittsburgh. So they're going to have to trade for him. And I think that they might be a team that will be willing to do that, to try to turn it around with new ownership in the past couple of years.
Is a quarterback going to be a target like, C.J. Stroud? Came out his first year, did work magic, and now everybody expects magic from C.J. So what about, over here in Washington? Because he came out and did better.
I actually had Jaden Daniels the highest out of all 4 of these quarterbacks on my list. I caught a lot of heat for that last week. I had, I believe, Jaden Daniels at like 6 or 7, something around there. So I think he's better than Dak. I would go Daniels, Dak, probably Hurts, and then Dart. But I mean, Hurts and Dart are a lot closer than I want them to be. But I'd still probably take Hurts over experience. And
so if like Washington doesn't make the playoffs or doesn't live up to exception, do you think he's going to take the kind of heat the way C.J. Stroud's taking in Houston, because he didn't have a line?
That's a good question
all his
too.
players
That's a
and
good
stuff,
question.
and everybody's being real hard on C.J., but nobody realized he had a shit line, lost his tight end, wide receivers in that game against the Patriots in the snow, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's his worst game," but he had nobody he made a rapport with, nobody he practiced with, on a regular in the snow and stuff.
If you want to compare to the Commanders and the Texans, I think CJ has a hell of a lot more than Jaden does. Jaden has McLaurin. CJ has, Nico, who is already who I would take more.
They're healthy, but they weren't healthy in that last game against the Patriots. And everyone's throwing him under the bus because of that game, saying that he couldn't do shit. But he didn't have Nico. He didn't have Tank. He didn't have tight end.
Let's talk about what Jaden Daniels don't got, like that defense.
Yeah, and now we got a defense.
You're still talking about players that's under contract for the Texans. They may be injured. To Ray's point, outside
I'm
of
just wondering.
Graham,
I'm just
we don't
wondering
even
if
have.
the media and the people are going to be hard on these other quarterbacks that came out and did better than CJ their first year,
Okay,
but
so
like the following
Ray, his
years
question
they
was
did.
His question was if Jaden Daniels don't have a good season, do they start criticizing like they do CJ Stroud?
Yeah, there you
Will
go.
Well,
they?
he's
Yeah.
been getting hurt too.
Go ahead, Ray.
My bad, bro.
No, I don't know. It's so yeah, I don't even remember what the fucking question was,
The
honestly.
question
I'm
is
good. Let's just go
if
to the next
Jaden Daniels doesn't have if Jaden Daniels have a bad season, do they start criticizing him like they do CJ Stroud?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, why not?
All right. Toucan, man, give us a preview on what the Philadelphia Eagles got to do to get back to the playoffs.
Man, the Eagles, man, you know they've lost a few players on defense, but you know they have that nucleus. They won the chip, you know, a couple years ago. You know, so they still got that moxie in them. You know, they still got that swagger when they get out there. They think they're going to beat everybody, but you know you got to put pen to paper. You got to make stuff happen. You know, they're going to be a favorite. To me, they're still a favorite because you know they got that pedigree and they still got a lot of good players on that team. You know, so you know, uh, they're like on the top half of favorites to me. You know, to win it all or be able to go that far. But you know, am I going to put them an all-out favorite? No, but they're going to be in the mix. You know, shit. You know, you never know what's going to happen, but you know. It's gonna be a fun season. I want to see them play, man. You know, I might have some of them on my fantasy team, so we'll see how it goes.
All right. So my question to y'all, final question is, who do y'all got winning this division? Commanders, Giants, Eagles, Cowboys. Toucan, you first.
Man, I'm gonna have to give it to Philly. Philly's gonna hold it down, and I think the Giants will be right behind them. Because they're going on a lot of emotion from the Knicks, and last year, you know, they had a little momentum. Scatterboo got hurt, man. That cat got them all live over there. And then the Cowboys come up third, maybe. But yeah, I'll give it to I'll put Philly on top.
John.
I think Philly is the easy answer, of course. Dark horse for me is actually the Dallas Cowboys because I think offensive, and again, I talked about it last week. For me, offense wins, or either you have a quarterback or you don't. And though Dak Prescott has a lot to prove in the playoffs, like a lot of quarterbacks, I think he puts up big numbers when you look at the offensive talent with CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Javonte Williams. I think because offense puts up points and they put up a lot of them, I think Dallas Cowboys have to be in the conversation for the NFC East. I do think the most complete team is the Philadelphia Eagles. They have the pedigree, like Toucan said, and I respect a lot of their offensive and defensive weapons. But I'm just saying, let's not sleep on the Dallas Cowboys.
So even without AJ Brown, y'all still got the Eagles winning it. Ray.
I have the Cowboys winning.
I respect it.
I have them, they have a couple of hard games. I mean, they got to play the Texans, the Ravens, a bunch of people, the Packers.
I'm gonna make a lot
Hold
of
on,
money on this ticket.
hold on. Go ahead, Ray.
Niners, Seahawks, Rams. I mean, they're all tough games. So, but the rest of them are pretty easy for them. I mean, they have about 6 or 7 games that can go either way. And if you cut them in half, that makes them 13-4, 14-3. And then, okay, so let's count a couple of two of those easy wins. Let's say the Cowboys do cowboy things and they lose 2 of those easy games. We're still at 11-6 at the worst for the Cowboys this year. And that might be enough to do it when Philly loses. They lost. Oh my God, the exciting
AJ
one.
Brown.
Blankenship.
Half of the Blankenship. Half of the half of them went. Blankenship's gone. And Brown and Lane Johnson's coming back, but he struggled with injury last year. That's part of the reason why Barkley struggled so much, and he was so low on my list. So if Lane Johnson can do what he does and come back, I mean, Philly's a problem too. It's going to be tight, man. It's going to be down to it's literally a difference of a game. On my predictions, I have Dallas at 14-3. I'm really high on the Cowboys this year, and I have the Eagles at 13-4. And to be a wild card team at 13-4 is absolutely ridiculous. But that's kind of where I have it. And then the Commanders and Giants are at 4-13 and then 6-11 respectively. The Giants, I think, could be anywhere from 9-8 at best. I think they can pull out a 9-8 this year. You know what? I take that back. At best, that defense can go off. That defense can go off, and they can easily win some games. At best, I think they can win 11 games. At their floor, I think they can win 4 games. This Giants team is really, really, really the variance in this team is ridiculous. But I'm going Cowboys. I think that they got it. I think that defense can't be any worse. And I think another year, that offense, we know Schottenheimer's going to run the ball. Williams is going to get plenty of touches if he can stay healthy. Pickens, CD on the field at the same time. If Dak can stay healthy, now it is his off year. Every other year, it seems like he likes to get hurt. It's the off year. So let's hope that this pattern can end, and Dallas will be really good. But they need to stay healthy.
Elizabeth said, "What up, though?"
Sorry, Elizabeth, but yeah, Dak.
I think the Cowboys. She think the Cowboys gonna win, not because she's from Texas, because she thinks Zach is gonna prove everybody wrong.
I like that.
Yeah. Flock, man, who do you got winning the NFC East? And then I'll tell y'all who I got winning.
I think the Giants gonna blow everybody's mind this year, man.
Get on my nerves, bro.
My bad, brother, man. My bad, brother. But like Ray said, that defense ain't nothing to play with. Scatterbo, they start running back.
Yeah, but he gonna miss a couple games.
Yeah, he's injured.
Man, you know, is Malik Neighbors back?
Yep.
Man,
and they got Odell.
The division is not tough. The division is not tough.
Oh,
it's like sometimes when our division just ain't tough. Sometimes it's not tough. You know, it's not like New England. Tom Brady is in that division. You know who's gonna win that division 20 years straight. It's not like that. This is a toss.
It's wide open,
you know
man. It's wide open division.
But you know what I'm saying? It's leaning towards Jalen, Dak probably, but the Cowboys gonna do cowboy shit. And it's gonna be the Giants, man. I see the Giants coming out. I don't see the Cowboys bringing the playoffs. I see the Philly winning that wild card, though. Philly gonna win a wild card, and the NFC West is gonna win a wild card. It's 3 of them, 2 of them.
Oh, New York gonna sweep and everything, man. They're gonna get the
2 wild cards. They're gonna take East and West, bro.
They're gonna get the Super Bowl. They're gonna get the hockey. Watch, New York gonna win everything.
South NFC South might make it. No team from the NFC South.
That's big. New York winning everything.
Giants, bro.
Yeah, I'm with you. I got the Giants. I think with Neighbors coming back, they went and got the tight end from the Ravens, John Harbaugh there. Cam Scatterbo.
Shit, man. That was some fuck shit.
Yeah, I think I got the Giants gonna be surprising team. I love what the Giants did in the draft. You feel me? So I got high expectations for the draft. Second, I do got the Eagles. And Cowboys gonna do Cowboy shit. I got in third. Anything like that. All right. I appreciate everybody that came out and watched the game, man. Do us a favor, man. Hit that subscribe button. We be here every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, man. So before we head out of here, you know what we do? We let everybody let them know where you can find them at. Starting with Toucan Dan.
Everybody, Toucans Dan. You can find me on Instagram at the number 2 Cans Dan. And 3Dan2 on Twitter and Daniel Flores on Facebook. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you soon.
For sure. You know, with the man with all the insight, Ray.
All right, y'all can find me here every Tuesday. Find me on Twitter at right there, and then I'm writing weekly fantasy and NFL themed articles for Blitz Sports Media, so you can find me there as well.
For sure.
See you soon.
Flock. Let them know they can find you at Flock.
Out.
You can find me here, like Ray said, every Tuesday. Also, you can find me on the block. Like always, man, hit me up, man. Go Ravens. Let's go kick off. Ready
I
for the
have to
preseason.
explain this every time he say block. He owned a barbershop that's on the corner, so we call that the block. You feel me? So
It's called
yeah,
the flock block.
yeah. We
Ain't
own the
fake.
business. We own the business.
Ain't fake.
John,
Ain't
man,
fake.
back weeks, man. You know, trying to get you to sign that contract, man. Be on here for the summer. You feel me? You give me a
Man, I have
1 year
a great
deal.
time.
Yeah,
I have a
for sure,
great
for
time.
sure.
I
But,
love it here. And you can love it at Instagram. On Instagram, you can find me at John the Voice. Whatever we do it with intentionality. Have sports, we talk sports, intentional sports all day long. So you can find me there on Instagram.
appreciate everybody watching. Make sure y'all follow and subscribe to everybody's channel, YouTube page, send them a friend request on Facebook. You know, reach out to us. You feel me? With that said, man, we out.